Hello, I'm back. Let me fix the camera a little bit. It's been a while since I've made a video. Sorry, it's been a while since I made a video. And this is another installment of Stupidity in the Gamosphere. And the reason I'm going to talk about it is that a few things have gone on in this gaming community. Namely, we're going to talk about 3 topics in this episode. The first one is stupid people. It's people complaining about Nintendo yet again. Or acting surprised about Nintendo. Number 2 is stupidity coming from Ubisoft. And number 3 is just going to be a general stupidity in gaming about, once again, because we got to get in on this, what next gen really means. Okay, let's get down to it after the cut. Okay then, let's get down to it. First of all, this is just a little bit of general Nintendo stupidity. A lot of people have been saying, oh my god, Nintendo's going to be losing money again. They haven't. Nintendo's been making money since a little bit before May on the Wii U and on their games. So yeah, Nintendo turned a profit. Sony, not so much, and neither has Xbox. But the stupidity comes in people thinking that Nintendo's not going to be able to turn their money around. Nintendo, once again, as a repeat from past console generations, aside from the SNES and the Super Nintendo, Nintendo didn't need to sell the most units. They just need to sell enough to turn a profit and then make money on their games. High attach rate equals lots of money. Okay, especially if on their first party games, which sell for years and years and years, even after the fact. I can guarantee that even within the next 7 to 10 years, Smash Brothers for Wii U will still be selling. Get what I'm saying? Got it? Good. Okay then, next. Super Smash Brothers, no. So people need to understand Nintendo, they have a solid business model. You buy their shit to play their shit. It's pretty solid. My business model is you come into my business, you come into my establishment, and, we want people to buy booze. That's where we make a lot of our money. Booze and appetizers and samplers. But we also make a little bit of money off of the machines. So, we want people to play the machines and get addicted and keep on playing. So we'll say, okay, you give us $20, we give you $25 worth of play card, on a play card. Because we used to use tokens, but they're expensive. So basically, you swipe the card, you get a certain amount of money. Let's say you give us $20, you get $25 worth of play card, credits on the play card. So then you can play a game however many times you want, up to $25 worth. $5 gets you $6. $10 gets you $12. $20 gets you $25. Get what I'm saying? Occasionally people will go above that. $50 gets you $60. If you spend $100, you get $125. That type of thing. So, if you have a solid business model in business, you will tend to be able to do whatever you want, as long as you have an audience that's willing to support you. That's all Nintendo needs, and we know they have an audience willing to buy their damn games. With that being said, let's move on to the next segment. Ubisoft and that Assassin's Creed Unity. Alright, here we go. Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Unity. What can I say about this game other than it's a steaming pile of shit? No. It's a standard Assassin's Creed game. Looks slightly better, but unfortunately on these quote-unquote next-gen consoles, it's not performing very well. Which is ironic. I've heard that even the PC version is not performing very well. Which proves one very simple fact about Ubisoft. They're some lazy-ass fucking developers. Because let's be frank here, okay? The Assassin's Creed studio is between 700 to 800 people working on these games at a time. Between 700 to 8, let's just round that shit up. Almost 1,000 developers working on this shit, and it's still a buggy, glitchy piece of shit? You're a half-assed developer, Ubisoft. And this is one of your flagship franchises. Let's be frank here. Assassin's Creed is a flagship franchise for Ubisoft, and they're fucking up on their flagship franchises, which tells you that Ubisoft ain't shit. And for people who said that this game was going to be, who believed Ubisoft's next gen, this is going to be the next gen Assassin's Creed. Let me tell you something. I would rather, if this is what Ubisoft considers to be next gen, I would rather just play last gen shit, because clearly they don't have a handle on what next gen gaming is. Just saying. Just saying. On to the last section after the cut. Here we go. On to the last section. Let's get down to it. Let's get down to it. Let's get down to it. The last section, as the title placard says, is let me reiterate, what exactly is next gen? Now, you know, we've been hearing from Microsoft, Sony, EA, Ubisoft, Activision, this is a next-gen game, this is a next-gen game. You know, this system is next-gen. First of all, in the strictly denotative, i.e. if you were to go into a dictionary and look at what next-gen means, next-gen basically just means that it's the next iteration of a product that comes out at a set period, a cycle of time. Okay? So, a perfect example would be cars, right? So, your 2013 Mustang is the next-gen version of the 2012 Mustang. The 2012 Mustang is the next-gen version of the 2011. You get what I'm saying? Like, every year is the next-gen. Windows 7 is the next-gen for XP. You get what I'm saying? Get it? Get it? Windows 8 is the next-gen for Windows 7. Or Windows 7, I guess, was kind of like the next gen for Vista, but to hell with Vista. But you get what I'm saying? It's the next iterative version of something that's coming out. Next iteration, okay? So, the connotative meaning, i.e. what people think with next gen, is some bullshit that marketing execs and PR people have come up with, which is, the graphics are better, so it's next gen. The gameplay's better, so it's next gen. The game is bigger, so it's next gen. I disagree. Because with gaming, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Basically, for me, next gen means you've changed the way that I play these games, right? So, I'm going to use the Mario games as an example, okay? Mario, the original Mario game only had 2 power-ups. Well, no, 3. 3 power-ups, that was it. You had the mushroom, the fire flower, and the star. Those were 3 power-ups in Super Mario Brothers. The first one. That's all you had. Super Mario Land 2 added, it was the next gen version. It was the next generation of that game. Added some things. Took away some power-ups. No more mushrooms, right? Or no, you had mushrooms, but they added to your heart pieces, to your life bar. When you took so much damage, you became small. The star still existed, but in order to get it, you had to kill enemies in a certain way, and a heart would float. A heart would float up, and you'd get a certain amount of cherries, and you get a heart, and you collect enough cherries, and a star would float up. You get that, and then you could run into dudes. It changed the game. You could pick up stuff and throw it at people, and that was different. Oh, that was different. Changed the game. Had characters that had different abilities based on their own personal skills. So there was differentiation. Because in the original Super Mario Brothers, the difference between Luigi and Mario was, I mean, it was kind of there, but it was kind of negligible at the same time. So then we get to Super Mario Land 3. Or Super Mario Brothers 3. That game was vastly different from the other two games. You play as Mario and Luigi. They played differently. It had multiple power-ups. Like, I think Super Mario Brothers 3 still has the most power-ups in a Mario game ever, if I remember correctly. Because that game had Mushroom, Frog Suit, Tanuki Suit, Raccoon, Tanuki Leaf's, Hammer Brothers Suit, Fire Flower, Karibo's Shoe, which technically counted as a power-up, even though you couldn't carry it through the levels. I think in later iterations they added the Boomerang Brothers Suit. So basically you're talking 7 power-ups, 1 game, 8 worlds, multiple castles, multiple kings to rescue, multiple Koopa kids to fight. It's pretty damn awesome. Okay? Or was it 8 worlds? 7 worlds, sorry, 7 worlds. But still, pretty damn good game. And it was the next-gen version. You start out with the first gen, second gen, third gen. Then Nintendo moved to their next-gen console with the franchise. We went to the Super Nintendo, which, even though that is, technically speaking, it retains a lot of the same qualities as the other games in the franchise, it does some things differently. Graphically, it looks way better than all other 3 Mario games that were on the NES. Of course it should, because it's a 16-bit system. The sound was better. It added Yoshi with simple, independent AI. Believe it or not. Simple, independent AI. It was there. Special effects, bigger levels. I mean, it was just a more well-crafted game. Better special effects. Then we move on to the next-gen version of that game, which they didn't make any sequels to Super Mario World on the SNES. And I know what some people are going to say, what about Yoshi's Island? That's not a Super Mario game. It's a Yoshi's game. It's the first game in the Yoshi's Island series. It's not a sequel to Super Mario World. I still want a sequel to Super Mario World, but it's not a sequel to Super Mario World. We get Super Mario 64. Next-gen third-person platforming. That was it. It has become the template for every other third-person platforming game. Mario 64 did it. Everyone else followed. Okay? Power-ups. It took everything we loved about Mario back in the day and transferred it into a new medium. Boom! No sequel to that game. Mario 64. Added, next-gen version, looked great, it was an experiment, really. It was an experiment, because you had this huge open world that you could interact with, which we had not seen. I know some people will say, well, the castle in Super Mario 64, the castle was very restricted, very small, wasn't very what I would call, oh my god, this is so huge, and once you explored the secrets of the castle, it was kind of easy. And you had to if you wanted to get all 120 stars anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Slide that over to the side. Then we got to the Wii generation. Galaxy. Galaxy was a next-gen game. But you see what I'm saying? Each of these games changed up how you played the game. It wasn't... Graphics got better, but it also changed up how you played the game. You can look at any of Nintendo's franchises that have come up through the years. They change up how you play the game. Star Fox changed up how you played the game to Star Fox 64 with the feedback, with the Rumble Pack. I mean, these games change up how you play the game. If you look at a lot of these, if you listen to a lot of these third parties and other companies' next-gen bullshit, and you handle it and you measure these games by the standards of, is it changing up how I play the game? The answer is no. Okay? Assassin's Creed plays exactly the fuck how it played last gen. Same damn fucking game. Just better graphics. That's it. That is bullshit. Okay? Why are you selling me a product that is only marginally better but has huge amounts of operational problems? That's a problem. That's a problem. And we're seeing this across many mediums, okay? We're seeing it in PC games, we're seeing it in home console games. This is not cool. You know, you should be adding functionality. You should be expanding how we play these games, not focusing simply on buzzwords and marketing. And, you know, that's just not how it should be. So, for this episode of Stupidity in the Gamosphere, I'm going to sign off. Stay tuned to the conclusion after the cut. And see ya. Okay, here's our conclusion. So, basically, in conclusion of this Stupidity in Gamosphere, return like a phoenix. Basically, I'm just saying, before you fall, don't believe the hype. Like that old DMA song, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Don't let these companies give you these great catchphrases like greatness awaits. You know, it's the one console you'll need for your living room. Don't believe the hype. Measure a console by, does it have the games that you want to play? Are these games, is the gameplay compelling? You know, are you a fan of the franchise? Or do the characters grab you? Don't play games because, oh, well, this game is blah, blah, blah. Who cares? No one, fuck it. With that being said, stay tuned for future videos. I'm getting back up to speed, you know, between school and class. I'm gonna have a brief. I'm gonna have a little bit of time next week because Thanksgiving vacation's coming up, and so they're gonna let us. You know, I'll have time to make more videos, but I'm gonna try and get out those that I promise you. So look forward to my It review, which I know, long time coming, from Halloween last month. I know. It's like 3 weeks late. Sorry, but my It review, and that's it. Oh, no. I also have a Fantasy Life review coming. And my first impressions of Lego Batman. So, stay tuned for that. It's coming.